Alright, race fans, welcome back to the Outlaw Racing News Studio. I'm Darkstar, and it's time for the ORL Weekly Race Report. We are bringing this report a little late this week due to this past Memorial Day holiday. Several drivers from Division 1 weren't able to make last Saturday's race, and it was postponed till Wednesday. Now, if you have been keeping up with our coverage, you saw me, Darkstar, destroy Killington Raceway last Friday, so I won't go into the details of that race. Let's start with the Division 3 race held last Thursday. Now this race was on one of my favorite motocross tracks, Blackwater MX, designed by V Ionized. This track is fast and very technical, and proved a big challenge for many of the drivers. Here we see the first lap of this race, uncut. You can see X-Rains in orange take an early lead, and frankly folks, he never looks back. He had an almost flawless race last Thursday, and the results show it.
Checkpoint reached.
Now many of these turns are very technical.
Checkpoint reached.
There's a tricky rollover. This track forces drivers to brake on several occasions or they will completely wreck out. Right up here you see the finish line, and X-Rains comes across it first with a huge lead.
Checkpoint reached. Lap complete. Checkpoint reached. Checkpoint reached.
Now here's myself, Darkstar. Revenge Racer and I battled this entire race. We exchanged second place many times. Eventually, Revenge Racer got the best of me. His driving that day definitely outdid mine, and he took second, and he deserved it.
Checkpoint reached.
All right, there you saw us exchange second place there.
Checkpoint reached. Lap complete.
He went out. I went out shortly after that, and he took it back. And like I said, it switched back and forth several times. Now here's Revenge Racer, second place finisher.
Checkpoint reached.
Coming up here, you can see that rollover. Now here's Foxhead. Not his best performance. Had trouble with the rollover. Had trouble braking on the negative camber turn later on in the race, and dropped back into fifth, and basically he stayed there.
Checkpoint reached.
Here we have Hardisp,
Checkpoint
73. Now, he finished fourth. Not a bad finish for him, but like I said, this track challenged many of the drivers, and some of us just weren't really ready for it.
Checkpoint reached.
Now here's the king, X-Rains. First place, led for all 15 laps. I'm showing you his final lap, end to end here. You can see how he just kills this track. He's got the perfect line to the entire thing. Here's the rollover. Brakes just enough. Accelerates down it. Uses the berm. Carries his speed. Excellent performance from X-Rains in this race. This is actually the beginning of an excellent run for him. He had a great week this week. We'll get into some of those other races in just a minute. Here's that negative camber turn. If you don't brake right there, you just go flying. I saw some drivers fly completely off the track there. And into the finish. He goes for a little 180 action, bounces off the wall. And that was that race. One hell of a job from X-Rains. Now, this next race was the opening race in our new Division 4 series. All motocross, all the time. This track was on Mad World MX, another fast and challenging motocross track. This one designed by X-Rains. Now, this race is full of brand new drivers to the league. This division is run by UCC Unrealistic. He recently approached me and said, hey, I've got a whole bunch of guys who want to race. And I was like, well, we don't have any room for them. And he was like, well, what do we do? And I was like, well, let's start a new division, all motocross. Let's fucking kill it. And he's like, sweet, let's do it. So this is their first race. He's having a little trouble getting the best time and date to run his races. So only 5 drivers showed up for this race, but it was one hell of a race nonetheless. Now this one again is on, like I said, Mad World MX, designed by X Rains.
Checkpoint reached.
The evil turn with the holes in it. Many drivers' nemesis, and it would take many lives this day.
Reached. Lap complete. Checkpoint.
But this was an exciting race. Lead exchange several times.
Checkpoint reached.
One of our guys from our recent tournament, POW Psychic. Now he just barely missed making it into the league, but he wound up with first place on our waiting list, and they needed one more driver to fill out this division, and he got the spot. Now here's UCC Seraph. He finished 5th. Definitely had a tough race. These guys had very little time to get used to this track. And as I understand it, many of them didn't really like it. SOL Bubba BT finished 4th. Excellent race from him. And we'll be seeing a lot more of these guys in the future. Now here's Hoof Chief 1919, finished 3rd. Solid driver, podium finish. Excellent all around. And here we have Psychotic Boar. He took the 2nd place finish. Another podium for him. We'll probably be seeing a lot more of this guy in the future. And here's POW Psychic. Killed this race. Definitely made sure people knew he was coming. He barely made it, failed to qualify in the tournament. But he's definitely making a statement in this race. Well done, POW Psychic. And last but definitely not least was the Division 1 race. This is the one that was supposed to be last Saturday and was postponed till Wednesday. Huge turnout for this race, 9 drivers. Our tournament definitely had the desired effect. We filled in the empty spots. We had a full race. Only 1 out of 10 drivers didn't make the race. And let's go ahead and take a look at this one. Also on Mad World MX, 20 laps. Now this is just an epic race. The more drivers you have show up for a race, the more competitive it is, and it's just awesome all around. Battles all over the track. Amazing driving, done by some amazing drivers. Now this track has 2 of our brand new drivers. These guys both qualified into the league in the tournament last Sunday. That would be KSI Beastly Ski and NJ1, or NJD1, my apologies. And NJD takes an early lead and holds it for several laps. That's NJD in the yellow, followed by Turkey Shot. And the rest of the pack is just scrambling to take position. Now, X-Rain started this race in the very back of the starting gate. There was a lot of shuffling and pushing around at the beginning of this, and X-Rain just stayed out of it, stayed in the back. He knows how to win a race, and it's not by pushing and shoving. Now, NJD gives up his lead, and that's Turkey Shot, followed by NJD and the rest of the pack. Here's X-Rains, slowly working his way up. That's Dark Links right behind him. Whole bunch of drivers all pushing and shoving right ahead of him. But the evil turn with the holes in it takes 2 casualties right there, and X-Rains capitalizes. Now here NJD and Turkey Shot are going at it. Turkey Shot runs NJD into a wall, and X-Rains takes advantage of that and celebrates with a sweet nose wheelie. Nice. So now it's just X-Rains and Turkey Shot. And Turkey Shot very nicely decides to just drive off that bank and let X-Rains by clean. And X-Rains would not look back. He wound up finishing this race with a huge, almost full lap lead on 2nd place. Now here's Frederick 11, had a tough race, finished 9th. We've seen a lot of him, and we'll definitely be seeing some more in the future. Here we got Turkey Shot 98. After his wreck where he lost first, his race just went downhill. He had lots of problems, but he's a solid driver, and he'll be back for more. Here's KSI Beastly Ski with a 7th place finish. not bad for his first showing in ORL, but I know he wants to improve upon that. Now here we have Metacarnax, finished 6th. Now he was all over this track. He was up in 3rd place for a while, dropped back to last. He was definitely an exciting race from him. Mr. Stylizing, our friend from Ford's Playlist, finished 5th in this one. Solid finish, had a solid race for all 20 laps. Now here's Drastic Measures with some gymnastics. Finished 4th, solid finish from him. Dark Lynx 976 with a 3rd place finish. Definitely got himself a podium spot, and I believe he moved up into 2nd place in the standings because of that. Here's NJD1, 2nd place finish. One of the top 2 drivers in the tournament Sunday. Definitely showing his stuff in this race. And here's X-Rains, killing it. Destroyed the competition, destroyed this track, led for at least the last 10 laps. And game over. Alright guys, that's this week's race report. I'll try to bring you the next one Monday. Hopefully we won't have to delay any races this week. I've already got some footage to put together for that, so definitely expect some awesome racing coverage in the near future. Those of you who sent this channel tracks to review, those are still on the list to be done. I got 2 done last week. I'll get several more done probably early next week, so don't think you've been overlooked or forgotten. Your reviews are coming, and they're coming soon. So I'm Darkstar, and I'm out of here. I'll see y'all later. And get my inner Randy Johnson going here, man. Hell yeah, doing some donuts. Yeah, man, come on. Let's tear up this studio, man. Screw this shit, man. Bug it, man. Drive around here, man. Oh, man. Power box. Oh, damn. Oh, son of a bitch.